everybody. All right. Gonna react to some cooking videos today, assuming I don't hack up a lung. And we have another clip from the OnlyFans Battle of the Bitches cooking contest. Cooking with Jack is back. Something about, I think this is the most viewed, ravioli recipe. The most viewed chicken recipe. The sandwich lady again. Some smoking and grilling AB, pizza tacos, some burger, Joe Bastianich's mom, and of course my good friend Steven Reichlin. All right, let's enjoy the show.
Want me to make you a sandwich?
Wow, making making French fries from scratch. If it wasn't for the fact that you do OnlyFans, you'd probably have a ring on it. Steak's good, nice medium rare. She knows how to salt and pepper the fucking tomatoes. Alright, some avocado, jalapenos. Those fries. I suppose Fritas, but whatever.
Perfect. Here you go.
Alright, let's move on to the creamy garlic mushroom sauce with Chef Jack Owen. I'm doing fine, the juice.
Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a creamy, garlicky mushroom sauce.
No offense, Chef, but,
If you're new around here, my name's Jack and I'm a chef by trade. My goal for this channel is to share my knowledge with you. Consider subscribing to learn all the best recipes, tips, tricks and secrets. Thank you and let's get started. To get this recipe started, we're going to thinly slice and dice one shallot. Then going to transfer that to a bowl. Then here I have 4 cloves of garlic. Just going to take the root ends off. And thinly slice these.
alright. I'm not a big fan of sliced garlic. I prefer minced, that's just me.
Then going to transfer these to a bowl. Then here I have 300 grams of Swiss brown mushrooms. We're just
One
going
of the only ingredients I actually don't like. I can't stand mushrooms.
to come through and thinly slice these. And I'm also going to put these ones in a bowl. Then we are going to finely chop 2 tablespoons worth of Afro parsley.
Okay, for those of us in the States, that's known as curly parsley.
And then to finish preparing this sauce, we're going to finely chop 1 teaspoon's worth of thyme. To start this sauce, we're going to bring a large frying pan or a saucepan to a high heat. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons worth of unsalted butter. And to stop the butter from burning, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of olive oil. Going to allow this to melt.
I would like to point out that I'm sorry, I love you, UK, but you have some of the worst fucking food on the planet. That's why all your top restaurants are French.
Now that our butter's melted, I'm going to add our 4 cloves of chopped garlic.
Oh, and by the way, to Tom Holland, fuck you. American cuisine is the best cuisine on the planet because we take the best ideas from everyone.
And our 1 diced shallot. Going to mix these around. And cook these for about 30 seconds. We're then going to add our 300 grams
Some of your shallot pieces are huge.
of mushrooms
Not for nothing.
and mix that around again.
I don't know if I would do shallots and garlic. I mean, yes, it's a garlic mushroom sauce, but shallots are a hybrid of onion and garlic. I probably would have just kept them separate.
We're then going to cook this down for 6 to 7 minutes, stirring or tossing the pan frequently. And don't worry if you think it looks a little bit dry, the mushrooms release quite a bit of moisture. And you can start to see now that the mushrooms are reducing in size and releasing their moisture. And I highly recommend using Swiss brown mushrooms in this recipe as they have so much flavour. And they also bring off a nice colour to the sauce. And at this stage I'm going to add a small pinch of salt.
No pepper. That other crucial ingredient.
Then after about 6 minutes, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of white wine.
Okay, glazing, cool.
We're then going to cook this off for 1 minute, just to cook the alcohol out of it and deglaze the pan, which means pulling all of the flavours off the bottom of the pan back into the sauce. We're then going to add our 2 tablespoons worth of parsley and 1 teaspoon worth of thyme. And then we're going to add 400 millilitres of full fat cream. Going to mix all of that through. We're then going to bring this to a boil, then reduce the heat down to a medium and simmer away for 15 minutes or until the sauce is nice and thick.
Okay.
And during those 15 minutes we want to stir the pan frequently.
Just be careful you don't break it.
I'm going to turn the pan down to a medium and allow the sauce to reduce down and become nice and rich. Then after 15 minutes, our sauce is reduced down by nearly half and it's nice and thick and looking really rich. Now going to turn it off the heat, check it for seasoning. Just going to give that a pinch of salt and a few cracks of black pepper. Just going to stir that through. Just going to take that off the heat. And there we have it, our creamy, rich garlic mushroom sauce. This recipe is perfect over steak, over chicken, with vegetables.
How the fuck was this for ravioli? Alright, thanks for the false advertising. Unless I spelled ravioli wrong, and this is just what said, well, if you don't know how to spell it, here you go. Alright, here's the battle of the bitches. Hot wings plus rings. Well, you're OnlyFans model, so you ain't getting no fucking ring. Unless you end up marrying a simp that you totally won't respect.
It's the semifinals, and these competitors are so close to dipping into that $20,000 grand prize.
Oh, great. Now we have Grandmaster Chef fucking JoJo, or as I call him, Scummy Joe.
Let's meet our challengers.
I'm back. I'll be honest, the last round, I think that rushing and not having enough time worked in my favor. I know that Chef is gonna give us something tougher to cook. I'm gonna bring the spice today.
I'm so relieved I made it to the semifinals.
Ain't you a little fat to be doing this, Mia?
I'm feeling more confident, but still a little nervous. You need some nerves. You need a little, you know, kick in the ass. I am hoping to have some more fun today in the kitchen. I came to play.
Today we are cooking chicken wings and beer battered onion.
You know, I'm sorry, but how much you want to bet this guy is not, this JoJo jackass is not even a real chef?
Chef, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Chef, are you ready?
I'm ready.
With 30 minutes on the clock, let's cook.
I'm going to get started on this batter. I'm not really sure
All right,
what
hold
goes
on.
into
I gotta redo this here. All right, what are they fucking cooking?
We are cooking chicken wings and beer battered onion rings. Chef, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Chef, are you ready?
I'm ready.
With 30 minutes on the clock, let's cook.
I'm sorry, the blonde is a little too thick for my blood.
I'm going to get started on this batter. I'm not really sure what goes into it. I'm thinking pancake batter.
Beer batter,
Beer
Chef.
batter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently these are OF models. This is OnlyFans TV. So they take these dumb whores and they put them up with this guy who looks like a fucking porn director, and they cook shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna
And he's the judge. So again, how much you want to bet these chicks have sucked his dick before filming to win?
just go with more because I really don't know. Season as we go.
Chef, the stillness right here, I could just feel it already.
So I'm definitely gonna be pairing my wings with a little bit of slaw. I want some freshness on the plate to go with all the fried food.
There is no fucking way that dumb bitch fucking thought of that. Oh my god, this is about as scripted as goddamn WWE. Yeah, fuck off.
Beautiful. When you ate wings last time, how many did you take down?
I can eat a lot. I
Yeah?
do like a couple dozen.
Yeah, Marnie, do you
If
like...
it's on a bone, I'll go a wild.
I mean, I just don't know what to put my. I'm gonna put. Okay.
Remember, onion
gonna
rings are beer batter.
Well, oh, what are chickens not?
I noticed Mia asking him a lot of questions.
I wanted all the help I could get.
I think you should do whatever
Okay.
you feel like, Chef.
I feel
If you want him to give you the winning vote, you know what to do. Swallow.
like we're gonna put this in the fryer.
25 minutes, guys.
So I'm making my beer batter, and I decided to do a little taste test. It wasn't good.
No, beer batter tastes like shit. When it's cooked, it's delicious, but raw, it tastes like shit. It's not cookie dough. What the fuck is she doing?
No.
Okay. I'm just gonna throw this onion ring out and try again.
Oh my god. Okay, if this guy's a chef and he's supposed to be mentoring the poor girls, then why didn't you say, no, you don't put the thing in with the it's called a spider. You just dump it in the fucking oil. Look, somebody gave them, a real chef had to have given these guys a cooking lesson beforehand.
Oh my God, help, I don't know what's happening. I cannot keep making mistakes.
What'd you just put in there?
Salt? Too much? I'm gonna have to go with it. I can't remake this for a third time.
Is there a safer way to do it?
Yeah, so like you just gently. There you go. There you go. I think that's great, Chef. You don't want to overcrowd because you want them to cook evenly.
Good
yes?
idea,
But
good
that's
idea.
Great.
Okay.
I see you're going with the red onion rings.
Yeah, I personally love red onion.
100%.
I might do a little mix.
Okay.
Wait, I've never had red onion and onion rings.
I've never had that. I've never heard of that. I always thought onion rings were white onions.
So I'm like, is this the right
Thank God these chicks know how to suck dick.
move?
I think I'm going to be done soon. Do you want to just double check? I'm considering pulling these out.
I don't know, Chef.
I don't want to get you sick.
I hope you don't get me sick. We'll find that out when we do the taste test.
Oh no.
Oh my God, meat thermometer, bitch.
Oh, okay.
Also, chicken wings do have a timetable.
So I'm getting started on my coleslaw.
You have that phone that you constantly have in your hand. It also contains the world's knowledge of cooking.
I'm grabbing a mandolin and start shredding away at my cabbage. I'm running around like a chicken with its head cut off, and she's just casually eating her chicken wings.
Talk to me, Chef. How's those onion rings looking? They
They're
look great.
looking pretty golden brown. I'm debating if I should take them out.
I mean, your batter was brown.
Yeah,
Remember that. Your
that's
batter
true,
was
that's
darker.
true. I'm gonna
so-
give them one more minute to
yes,
take these
yes,
out.
yes. Let your chicken wings rest. Think about what kind of plating you're gonna do as well, Chef. And don't forget about that sauce, Chef. We're at 5 minutes, and I want you to have a sauce.
5 minutes?
5 minutes?
Yes.
Wait, we really? Okay. I'm just gonna get everything
Go.
plated.
Vanna has lemon, she has thyme, she's making a coleslaw, and seeing all of this, I'm not feeling too confident with my very simple dish.
3.5 minutes.
Okay.
3.5 minutes, Chef.
I'm
Yeah,
panicking.
but-
I'm running away.
The problem is the more dishes you attempt to do for this, the less time you have, the bigger chance she fucks up and doesn't have something on the plate.
Over the kitchen. I didn't make a sauce. I didn't finish my slaw. What am I gonna do?
Chef is garnishing. Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm almost done and I still have a lot of time left. I'm not really sure if that's a good thing.
The clock is counting down. We need to have a sauce, and I completely spaced on it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these.
Presentation is part of the judging.
Beautiful blue cheese crumble on top.
I don't even have the sauce for my slaw ready.
I'm about to count down. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop.
I don't know why she wasted time on a slaw.
Chef,
Again, you're not a professional chef, and you only have 30 minutes.
talk to me about your dish.
Again, it's one thing if I do it, because I don't have a fucking time limit.
So I realized that first batter didn't come out super great after tasting it, especially from the look of your face when you tested it. So I was like, okay, let's try it again.
Okay.
And I think they came out successful.
Love the wings. Nice dish, Chef.
Thank you. I'm still feeling really unsure, but he tells me he likes them, so.
Talk to me about your wings and onion ring dish, Chef.
So the onion rings, I put salt, pepper, and whatever other ingredients were in the basket, I
Okay.
don't remember. And then the wings, I used the pre-made barbecue sauce. I added a little bit of lemon, blue cheese, and dill on top.
Presentation's good. The wings are cooked through. Little more seasoning. Okay?
So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful, but it could go either way.
I love your wings. I love your onion rings. But there only can be one moving on to the final of This Is Fire Season 5.
And so I'm not terribly confident with my simple dish.
I think time got the best of me and I was a little too scattered.
Chefs, I think I've made my decision.
Yeah, and Lord knows I'm not going to go on OFTV.OFT, whatever the fuck. And I'm sorry, I just don't care about the conclusion of this epic battle. You know what? I think I'm going to take a break from the OF chicks for a minute. And this is the battle of the Lazy Man Ranch. I have no idea what this is. Like, because if he's seriously just making ranch dip, the lazy version of that is to just buy a bottle of fucking ranch.
You are watching the Cooking with Jack show.
Okay, guys, let me tell you how this video came to be. I'd like to give you a little backstory. So I was going through some recipe videos and I saw a Lazy Man's Ranch. Super easy. Literally, I guess my algorithm got changed. So I started seeing more sauces and more ranches and all that. So I saw two that
Jack, not to be a dick, but shouldn't you be concerned about physical therapy and maybe regaining the use of your right arm? I know it's left on the screen, but I think the camera reverses everything. I don't know. Whatever. Irregardless.
I liked.
Your other
They're
arm.
both lazy. They're both simple. We're going to do them both. We're going to tell you which one's better. All right? So come on in close, and I'll show you the first one. This is Lazy Man's Ranch number 1. Okay, so let's run down.
So he is literally just making a ranch dip. The lazy version of this would literally to be just buy a bottle of fucking Hidden Valley Ranch.
You're going to start over here. This is a jar of sliced jalapenos in vinegar. You've seen these at the store. We're going to use the juice in it. Got 1 ranch packet. You got yogurt. Here's a big thing of cottage cheese. Here's some dill. And then we got the 2 jars over here for both our Lazy Man ranches. You're going to start with the cottage cheese. So,
all right, now I am curious.
Let's get that in there.
What the hell is this?
There we go. All right, take some of the juice from the jalapenos. Drop that in there. By the way, I'm going to predict that juice makes it the winner, but I'm just doing a prediction. All right? You're going to take some yogurt, get that in there. Recipes down at the bottom. Don't forget the seasoning packet. Get that poured in there. Don't forget. So I'm using some dill. I don't care about the stem. It's all going to blend up to be beautiful. Get some dill in there. Give that a good blend. All right, let's now pour it into this. All right, there you go. Lazy Man's Ranch number 1. We're going to try this out, but we'll let it chill first for a couple hours in the refrigerator. All right, let's get started on the next Lazy Man's Ranch. It's going to be cottage cheese, mayo, the ranch seasoning packet, and lemon juice. Okay, they've been chilling all night. So
there's fucking Jack's psychotically religious fucking cunt wife Tammy.
just so you believe me, I have Tammy's going to try it with me. So this is one. This is the first one we did.
And what does that have in it?
Don't worry about
You're
it.
not gonna tell me.
No. Why would I tell her? But I'll give you both recipes and I'll denote which one's the winner. Okay?
Okay.
It's tangy.
Mm-hmm. It's good though. And I'm
I
not
could-
a ranch person.
I can put that on a salad.
Yeah, I'm not a ranch person. I like that.
All right, try that one.
So, fuck it.
I just gotta get my palate completely cleared. There we go. See, there's nothing. Both kind of thick, which is nice. Better than normal ranch. See?
Okay, let me try that one.
They both are good, but that one is more ranchy.
That one's closer.
Yeah.
Number 2.
They're
Okay,
both good,
guys.
but that one, yeah, definitely.
But
So that's the
by
winner?
your logic, if you don't like ranch, shouldn't number 1 be your winner?
Yeah.
Number 2 is the winner. I got the winner, and I got the challenger down below. All right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. Okay. Where are we at with time? I suppose I should get Steve Reichlin out of the way.
Five-spice Shanghai beef short ribs served with koi
Oh, God, I already hate this.
barbecue sauce. Smoky baby back ribs with lemon brown sugar barbecue sauce. You'll nail this recipe the first time you try it.
No, not if I'm learning it from you.
And ribs you can cook on the grill in 10 minutes with Chilean pevity. Ribs so quick you'll miss them if you blink. The ultimate test for the aspiring grill master is mastering the ribs, and today I'll show you 3 of the best. I'm Steven Reichlin, and from the beautiful Tubac Golf Resort in southern Arizona.
Of course it's a golf resort, just where pretentious New England cocksuckers love to hang out.
It's time to fire up the grill. Travel the world's barbecue.
Oh, by the way, for this set, I know this grill directly to his left in the background is about $10,000. This is a Weber Rancher. It costs about $15,000 and is literally, outside if you run a catering company, totally unnecessary to buy, and nobody would have this in their backyard. Hey, Steve, why don't you actually focus on shit and grills that, you know, people can actually afford and can have in their backyards? Because not too many people need a grill that can fucking do, God, what is it, like 18 whole chickens?
Trail, and you'll find ribs on every continent. For many people, ribs are the ultimate barbecue. Today, I'm going to show you ribs from China, South America, and the American barbecue belt.
Oh, great, and I'm sure he's going to shit all over the American one.
Because every aspiring grill master should know how to nail the rib. I created the first timer's rib for the person who has never before cooked ribs and wants an absolutely fail-proof recipe.
Yeah, aren't you a failed writer?
And it's got everything that a rib should have. That is, it's got a rub, it's got a mop sauce, which helps keep the ribs moist during cooking, and it's got a barbecue sauce, all made from scratch. The rib of choice is the baby back rib, and it's cut from right next to the backbone, high on the hog, as it were. And
All right. I hate to agree with him. Usually there's one thing in these videos I agree with him. My favorite rib is baby back 2.
Start with baby back ribs because they're more tender and better marbled.
The second is St. Louis. Third, I don't mind them, but I gotta be in the right mood, is spare ribs. It's just spare ribs are such a pain in the ass to deal with.
Than spare ribs. And the first step on the baby back rib is actually to remove the membrane on the...
All right. Right clocks, right twice a day. Remove the fucking... Okay, in truth, I think removing the membrane gives you a better product. But I've forgotten to remove it sometimes, and I have not noticed a difference in the ribs. The big thing with ribs is you cook them low and you cook them slow.
Inside of the rib. And this membrane, the technical name is the pleura.
So I've never once noticed a difference, but I still like... something in my brain keeps saying, remove the fucking membrane.
What you want to do is use a sharp instrument and loosen the membrane. And then grab it with a paper towel. It's a little bit slippery.
This is actually a good technique, too. I don't do it like him. I do it at the top. I make a cut across the top, grab some paper towel, and then just rip the whole membrane off.
And pull the membrane off the ribs. It impedes the absorption of the spice and smoke flavors. So just remove this membrane, and you'll wind up with something that looks like this. Now, the next step in making a great rib is to prepare the rub. And we make all our rubs from scratch. This is what I call a 4-4 rub or Reichland's rub. It starts with equal parts salt, black pepper, paprika, and brown sugar.
How long before the cilantro comes in? Because I know it's coming in at some fucking point.
And that's really the only barbecue rub you need to know how to make. Now, to add a little more flavor, a little more complexity, onion powder, powdered mustard, and celery seed. And I recommend mixing the rub with your fingers. I think ribs are the single most...
And I do like his bourbon. Maker's Mark is fucking delicious.
Most iconic.
Slightly expensive, but a pretty good bourbon.
Food in the pantheon of barbecue. I mean, for many people, ribs mean barbecue. The two of the most famous barbecue cities in America, Memphis and Kansas City, that's what their barbecue is all about. There are 2 ways to use a rub. Now, you can apply the rub as a seasoning, in which case it acts almost like a seasoning.
Okay, but Steve, you left out a very, very important step if you'd like your rub to stick like that. You have to dab the meat with a paper towel to dry it out. If you don't, and the meat's wet, your rub's just going to be a clumpy pile of shit.
And salt, cook the ribs right away. But what I prefer to do is apply the rub and let the ribs marinate with these spices for 2 to 4 hours. And you can see when you do this, the rub actually cures the meat. And of course, when you marinate the ribs,
It's expensive for whiskey that I would cook with. Obviously, buying it, no, expensive is probably a $150 bottle. But there's no way I'd fucking cook with that.
Do so in the refrigerator. So, while the ribs are marinating, let me show you how to...
$30 a bottle, not even a Total Wine. It's like fucking $50 for a 175.
Light the fire and set
I mean,
up
I don't know. Maybe you live in the state that it's fucking brewed, so...
the grill. You'll notice I'm using a charcoal grill for these ribs. Now, I'm a big propane enthusiast. I own lots of gas grills. But the truth is, if you want to imbue ribs with that authentic...
Okay, now I have another question. He's using lump charcoal, which is a fine charcoal. But not for ribs. They're low and slow. Not you would want briquettes. If I was doing ribs on I don't do ribs on a charcoal grill. I do ribs in a smoker. But if I was to do it on a charcoal grill, gun to my head, then I would do offset briquettes. Lump charcoal burns way too hot. Remember, this is the charcoal they use to forge swords in.
Authentic smoke flavor, you must cook on charcoal. Charcoal in question here is natural lump charcoal, and I'm using a device called a chimney starter to light the charcoal. The charcoal goes in the compartment at the top, crumpled newspaper at the bottom, and you simply light the newspaper and place the chimney on the bottom grate of the grill. So why do you use a chimney starter? Well, first of all, it eliminates the need for using petroleum-based lighter fluids, which some people feel impart an unpleasant taste to the food. The other reason is that this vertical shape funnels the heat upwards so that the coals light uniformly. Will take about 20 to 30 minutes, and you'll see that all the coals will be uniformly lit.
Actually, what the fuck? What is with Maker's Mark all of a sudden? Why did the price drop? I'm gonna have to take a look. Whatever, fuck it. So, hey, you know what? If it's dropped in price, bully for me, because I love that shit.
While the charcoal is lighting, let me show you how to soak the wood chips for smoking.
Oh, and what do you drink, Conrad? Jack Daniels?
Spice may give ribs their personality, but smoke is the soul of true barbecue. To generate smoke, use a hardwood chip. These are apple chips. And
Black Velvet? Dude, Black Velvet is rot gut.
Soak the chips in cold water to cover for about a half an hour.
You think all bourbon is the same. If you believe that, then I have a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn.
The idea here is when you put the chips on the fire, you want them to smolder, not burn. Okay, back to our ribs. So how do you cook a large number of ribs in a small grilling surface? Well, you use...
Oh, God, not this fucking infernal fuck. Don't listen to him. Get yourself a proper smoker.
A device called a rib rack. And the rib rack enables you to cook the ribs in an upright vertical position, fat side or spine side up.
Oh, yes, and that way all the fat will just drip off.
That way, as the fat melts, it will baste the meat. Now, let me show you how to set up the grill for indirect grilling. Now, it's been about 20 minutes. You can see the coals in the chimney are
And
uniform.
again, you don't use lump charcoal for indirect grilling. Also, it doesn't have the lifespan to cook the ribs properly.
Normally lit. Each basket will hold half the coals.
Oh,
and this helps define your indirect grilling setup. The chimney will be hot, so be sure and wear heat-proof gloves. You may have wondered what this gizmo is for on the chimney starter. It's actually to help you pour the coals. So you pour a few coals in one side.
Oh, God.
And a few coals on the other side. And when you put the chimney down, remember it's hot, so never put it down on a deck. Now the last step here is to place a drip.
To be brutally honest, you shouldn't have a charcoal grill on a deck. There's a chance you can light the whole fucking deck on fire. Gas grill is probably okay on a deck. 99% okay. Charcoal grill, no. And especially a charcoal grill with lumped charcoal.
Pan in the center between the mounds of coals. Drip pan will catch the dripping fat from the ribs and also, again, help you define your indirect grilling space. Put on the grill grate. Place the ribs in the rack in the center. And this is called indirect grilling.
The poor pigs had to die for this. You know, I'll never be a vegan, but Jesus Christ, Steve, you could make me one.
Because the fire is on either side of the ribs, not directly below it. And add a handful of wood chips to each mound of coals.
This would work if it was briquettes. Fuck it. Whatever. Waste your time and money.
Finally, place the lid on the grill, and you want to position it in such a way that the vent holes are between the mounds of fire, so the smoke is drawn evenly over the ribs. To increase the heat, simply open the vent holes, more oxygen, hotter fire. To reduce the heat, simply close the vent holes, cooler fire. I'm actually cooking these ribs about 350 degrees. It's a hotter temperature.
Yeah, which is going to cause all kinds of problems, like the fat congealing, the meat getting tough, the sinew in the meat not breaking down properly. That's why I do ribs at about 225, 250. I just take forever.
Than traditional barbecue. The reason is this, baby back ribs are very well marbled, and that high heat will sizzle the fat and give you kind of a crisp consistency. You'll also get to eat your ribs a lot quicker. And we're not done yet. I have to show you how to make the mop sauce. The mop sauce is one of the best kept secrets of professional pit masters, and it differs from a barbecue sauce in that it is neither sweet nor thick. This one contains...
Oh my God, it also usually doesn't have sugar in it. I mean, it can, but again, the reason you put the barbecue sauce on 10 minutes before the motherfucking meat comes off the grill is BBQ sauce has sugar in it. I don't care the recipe, it has it. And if you put it on too early, the sugar will burn. And caramelized sugar tastes wonderful. Burnt sugar tastes like shit.
Salted butter, apple cider, and a little of your favorite bourbon. Simply bring these ingredients to a boil. And the reason it's called a mop sauce is that you apply it to the ribs with this, a barbecue mop. Okay, now you never want to put a mop sauce on a raw rib, but these have been smoke roasting for about 45 minutes. And simply dip the mop in the mop sauce, mop it, and the mop sauce serves three purposes.
Oh,
First
yeah,
of all,
I'm sure that was just a crackerjack mop job.
Helps keep the meat moist. Second of all, it adds an extra layer of butter, bourbon, and apple cider flavor.
Yeah, to like the one little piece you're fucking mopping. You're supposed to mop the whole piece of meat. Not lightly mop the top of it. What a fucking idiot.
And finally...
How has this dickhead been relevant for 20... okay, outside of pretentious PBS cock-sucking fucking PBS supporters giving this jackass money, how has this guy not been proven to be a fraud? He's been on PBS for what, 20, 30 years?
It gives you something really cool looking.
And here's the thing, earlier in the video I agreed with some of his things. But I mean, this is just asinine. This isn't a mop sauce. This isn't a mopping!
Do while your ribs cook. Well, it's been about...
This would be like trying to take a shower, but your water is coming from that sprinkler that waves the water like this, and that's what you're using as a water source, and you're expecting to get clean.
An hour and 15 minutes.
Steve Raglan is not a chef. He is not a writer. He is, at best, a cookbook author. And I guarantee you he didn't come up with those recipes on his own.
And these...
Because keep in mind, dear children, you can't copyright a recipe.
These ribs are smoke roasted to perfection. Now, how do you know they're done? Take a look. You can see the meat has shrunk back from the end of the bone by about 1/4 inch. It's almost like a pop-up thermometer in a turkey. And what's the one thing that's been conspicuously absent from this recipe?
Oh my God, you're not gonna oh my God, what are you fucking... All right, I'll just let him do it.
Barbecue sauce, because I believe the ribs should be smoke roasted and tasty enough that they don't...
Really? Then where's Steven Reichlin's barbecue awards? You know there's a competition barbecue circuit. It's been around for decades. Decades. Steven Reichlin has not won a single fucking award. I can't stand Myron Mixon. But he's won more than anyone.
Need barbecue sauce. If you
He'd be flipping out at this point.
want to apply the sauce...
And again, once again, I can't stand Myron Mixon. Although I like him a lot better than his fucking son.
Put it on at the end. What you can do is just sort of lift the rib out of the rack and place it directly over the fire. And brush the sauce on right on at the end. It's almost like a lacquering process.
Oh, gee, what word have you won? Gee, I don't have a television program now, do I?
This is a lemon brown sugar barbecue sauce, and you'll find the
I'm also not charging people thousands of dollars to attend my fucking barbecue class.
Recipe on our website.
You stupid motherfucker.
Just brush the rib with sauce. So let's see how we did. Take one rib up.
Now watch. She's going to take one rib and take the smallest bite possible.
Here, I want to show you one way you recognize a perfect rib is that you can pull it apart with your fingers. And I want you to notice it does not fall off the bone, okay?
No, a perfect rib is you should be able to slide the bone out after you bite it. You're full of shit. Yours are tougher than fuck.
There is a fallacy in the world of rib making. Ribs that fall off the bone have been boiled, and that is heresy in my barbecue.
No! No! They were cooked low and slow! Unlike your bullshit way, and this rib's gonna be tougher than fuck! God, it's gonna be tougher to get into than Hillary Clinton's cunt!
Religion. This rib is tender. If you look, come up close here. Do you see that little subcutaneous layer of pink right here? That's called the smoke ring, and that means you have nailed it. Let's take a taste. Mmm.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that was just melting your mouth fucking tender.
First time with ribs, because you'll remember the first time the rest of your life. One of my favorite dishes growing up was Chinese-style barbecued spare ribs. And every Sunday night, my dad would go pick up Chinese carryout, and we would always attack the ribs.
Well, that isn't really Chinese cooking. That's Chinese-American cooking. But, I mean, the Americans of Chinese heritage, I refuse to say Chinese-American, adopted their food. So, okay, the food is technically Chinese American. Yeah, real Chinese food is completely different to what we get in the U.S. You know, same thing as like Italian cuisine in this country is Italian American. Because what you get in Italy is completely different. Now, me, which do I think is better, Italian or Italian American? I'm going to go with Italian American. Because it's part of the greatest cuisine on the fucking planet known as American. Then again, I'm biased. I love my country.
The 5-spice short ribs are inspired by the original Chinese recipe. Here's a rib for people who don't eat pork. It's made with one of the most flavorful and fashionable ribs, the beef short rib, cut from the side of the steer. The ribs are flavored with Chinese 5-spice powder and served with a hoisin barbecue sauce. First,
of course, you have to slather it all in sauce.
Let me show you how to fire up the smoker. Now, 55-gallon steel drums are used throughout the world of barbecue. This is the only one I know that operates in the upright position. It has a wire ring at the bottom that allows you to arrange the charcoal in a ring.
Okay, now I'm a little more on board using charcoal. These are briquettes. They burn cooler, but they burn a lot longer.
Around the periphery of the smoker, here's a cool tool that will make you the envy of the neighborhood. It's an industrial strength blowtorch, and you use it for lighting the charcoal. Of course, you can also light the charcoal in a conventional chimney starter. First step is to score the meaty part of the ribs, and you do that simply by drawing the knife along the top in a crisscross pattern, as you see here. And what scoring does is it fosters the absorption of the spice flavor and also tenderizes the meat. And now the rub. The rub starts with Chinese 5-spice powder, which is a mixture of star anise, fennel, clove, cinnamon, and white pepper. To this add salt, granulated sugar, and white pepper. I like to mix the rub with my fingers to break up any lumps in the spices.
I don't get this. He like hates touching meat that's like above 32 degrees. But he loves mixing spices with his fingers. I mean, weird.
Now, sprinkle the rub on the top of each rib and rub it into the meat. And again, you can cook the ribs right away, but they'll have even more flavor if you let the ribs marinate with the rub in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. Okay, let's put them on the grill. So you can see the charcoal is lit, and it's the charcoal that provides the heat.
And why does he have lump in there? What is this guy?
But it's the wood chunks that provide the smoke flavor. These are chunks of cherry wood, and I've soaked them.
Okay, maybe I'm nitpicking here a little bit, but you generally don't smoke wood chunks. Like I said, maybe I'm
in water for about
nitpicking.
an hour so that they smolder and smoke rather than catch fire. Okay, and the last step, position the grate in the top of the smoker. Then simply arrange the short ribs on the grate over the drip pan. And when you arrange the ribs on the grate, place them in the center, away from the heat. You don't want to smoke directly over the fire. On goes the lid. And the way you control the heat is simply by putting one of these little metal caps in one of the 3 holes that are drilled in the bottom of the smoker. Remember the old principle, more oxygen, hotter fire, less oxygen, cooler fire. That's how you control the heat. We want to cook these ribs at about 250 degrees for about 2.5 hours.
Okay, at least he got that right. I'm not that mad at this cook. I'm assuming I'm going to be.
Like a traditional American barbecue sauce, this Shanghai sauce is sweet and salty, but there's no mistaking its Chinese origins. It starts with a condiment called hoisin sauce, which is made with soybean, sugar, and 5 spice powder.
Why did they have an industrial-sized can of it? The Frugal Gourmet found a grocery store that had a normal bottle of it.
And hoisin sauce is available at any major supermarket. Next,
AKA any decently sized supermarket run by a decently sized chain. Considering there's only 3 of them in most parts of the country, you'll be fine.
And here's what you can do. Liquid ingredients. This is rice wine or sherry, and soy sauce, and rice vinegar. And you can put them in the bowl with the hoisin sauce. Next, add sugar.
Well, I don't mind hoisin sauce. I'm just curious about the big fucking can of it.
A little ketchup. And that triumvirate of Chinese seasonings: ginger, scallion, and garlic.
Wait a second. My God. He is getting to the end of this episode and he hasn't used cilantro. My God, what black magic is this? What demon from hell is replacing Steve Reichlin?
And the sauce gets a quick sizzle on a burner. Just simmer it for about 10 minutes. When the ribs are almost done, and you can see here how beautiful they look. The meat has shrunk back from the bones. That's our test for doneness. So when you've got about 15 minutes to go, just baste each rib with some of this Shanghai barbecue sauce. Now the sauce has to go on at the end. If you put it on at the beginning, the sugar and the sauce will burn before the meat is cooked. And once these guys are sauced, then cover the smoker and cook the ribs for another 15 minutes. So here are the finished 5-spice ribs, and I'll just put a little more Shanghai barbecue sauce over each one. They smell absolutely outrageous. And to finish the ribs, just sprinkle with a little finely chopped scallion green. And let me see how we did here.
I can't tell if that's... Hold on, let me see. I'm going to say that's overdone. And don't give me the, it's pink, it's pink. That's from the smoke, dipshits.
Exquisite. The country-style rib is actually a funny-shaped pork chop, and it has the advantage of being the one rib that you can cook quickly using the direct method and get great results. Many ribs take a couple of hours to cook. Some take half a day. Well, what if I told you there was a rib you could cook from start to finish in 15 minutes when you come home from work on a busy weeknight? Well, there is, and it's called the country-style rib.
Oh, God, the country style. Oh, I hate this cut of pork.
And I'm going to show you how they prepare it down in Chile. But before I get to the
Oh, of course.
okay, let's talk about the grill. Now, 70% of you most likely own gas grills. And just as a reminder, a couple of safety points when lighting a gas grill. First of all, always start with the grill lid open.
It's a fucking... Oh my God, I've never had a grill blow up in my face.
Second, turn the burner on and then click the ignition. And third, very important, hold your hand over the grill for a few seconds to make sure the burner is actually lit. I'm gonna close the lid here. Preheat.
Oh my God, dude, you're outside. The propane, if the propane tank leaks, it's not that big of a deal. If you for some reason decide to put the grill in your fucking living room, then okay, that can be a problem.
Heat the grill to screaming hot. We're gonna direct grill these country-style ribs.
Oh my
So for the
God!
condiment, down here in Tubac, Arizona, where we're taping the show, this would
And also, this is a Weber. This fucking grill ain't gonna fail.
be called a salsa.
I mean, Webers, if you treat them right, will last you damn near for life.
Chileans call it pebre, and it begins with one finely chopped sweet onion. Then we'll add finely diced green bell pepper, chopped fresh cilantro, chopped fresh tomato, finely chopped jalapeno chili, and finely chopped garlic. Give the ingredients a toss to
No, he had to do it. There's the cilantro.
mix. And then add the flavorings: red wine vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, coarse salt, kosher C, and cracked black peppercorns.
God forbid you have a pepper mill. What is your obsession with never using a pepper mill?
Simply mix these ingredients together. And that's all there is to making the pebre. So start by brushing each of the country-style ribs with extra virgin olive oil. Then we'll season with coarse salt. The reason I like coarse salt is that the crystals dissolve more slowly. So you get little salty bursts of flavor when you bite into the meat. And finally, cracked black peppercorns. Okay, let's get ready for grilling. So the grill is what I call screaming hot. How do we know we use the Mississippi test? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, ouch, that is a hot grill.
Generally it's a bad idea to cook pork over high heat.
Remember, keep it clean using our Monster grill brush.
Yeah, doctors say don't use the wire brushes anymore because they're sick and tired of having to dig fucking metal wires out of people's stomachs.
And keep it lubricated.
This does nothing.
Time to put on the chops.
Okay, dipshit. This is why I generally ignore the chat. It disrupts the flow. Do not use wire brushes to clean your grills because the bristles can break off and become embedded in the food, causing potential injuries or health complications. This is Consumer Reports says it, Reddit, Taste of Home, Food Network, ENT Health, Epicurious, All Recipes. Yeah, you don't use wire brushes to clean your grill.
And we'll start laying the chops on the grill.
Generally, I think cleaning your grill is a bad idea. Just keep buying new grill plates. Because you lose all the seasoning.
Slightly.
But if you insist on cleaning it, they sell wooden grill cleaning things Buy one of them. Don't buy a wire brush.
On the diagonal so that we can create a crosshatch of grill marks.
God, this is why I don't fucking look at my chat while I'm streaming. Okay, boom, there's Consumer Reports, boom, Reddit, boom, Taste of Home, boom, Food Network, boom, ENT Health, boom, Good Housekeeping, boom, All Recipes, you want me to go for 2? Boom, Epicurious, boom, Life Hacks, boom, AARP, boom, Facebook Today, oh, Pediatric Doctor. So, yeah, shut the fuck up. And just accept that, yeah, I know what I'm fucking talking about.
So here's how you grill these country-style ribs. It's about 2 minutes in one direction. Then we'll give each country-style rib a quarter turn to lay on that crosshatch of grill marks. So this is interesting. You always wonder, well, how do I know when it's time to turn my country-style rib? You can see little pearls of blood beating up on top of the chop. And that is a sure sign that it is time to turn.
No, I'm not going to do that, fucking Q or Kaya or whatever the fuck your fucking name is. Fuck off. You want to refute me? Make your own fucking video.
Turn the chop. So to test for doneness, there are 2 methods. I like the poke test. We want these guys to be medium, pretty firm with just a little yield to it. Of course, if you want to be scientific about it, you can use an instant read meat thermometer, but don't insert it this way through the country style rib. Insert it through the end. Temperature you're looking for about 160 degrees. So once the country style ribs...
That ain't medium. That's like fucking well done almost. So there may be a little bit of pink left, but...
Are done. We'll just pull the ribs off. And there you have it. Ribs so quick, you'll miss them if you blink.
And now the smallest bite possible.
So wherever you live, whatever you grill on, there's a rib to make you look like a pro.
And it won't be learned from you. All right, that's the show. Good night, everybody.